on your homework last night, it was the Unit 1 review. Choose the best answer. Which number is irrational? Remember, irrational decimals, or irrational numbers, are numbers that as a decimal they do not repeat and they do not terminate. Now, A is a fraction, which makes it rational. B is a repeating decimal, which makes it rational. The square root of 64 equals 8, which is rational. And the only one that has random numbers that goes on forever is D. So D is irrational. What is the best approximation for the square root of 55? Square root of 55 falls between 49 and 64, which would put it between 7 and 8. Now, it can't be 7 because it's not a perfect square. It can't be 8 because it's not a perfect square. So we're just deciding between 7.41 and 7.42. I'll be honest with you, if you get 7.4 anything, I'm good with that answer. 3. Plot the square root of 51 on the following number line. Square root of 51 falls between the square root of 49 and 64, just like here. So it's just going to go between 7 and 8. So the square root of 51, somewhere between 7 and 8. Number 4. The square root of 144 is rational because it is a perfect square. It equals 12. Okay, and that is a terminating decimal. It's a whole number. 10 pi is irrational because pi itself, or 3.14 with a bunch of random numbers, is irrational. And if you take an irrational number and you multiply it by 10, it's still going to be irrational. Pi is irrational. And so is 10 times pi. Okay, it's not going to fix the irrational. Approximate each number to the nearest tenth. The square root of 90 is going to be between the square root of 81 and the square root of 100. We just need to decide what it's closest to. It is very close to halfway between, making it 9.5. Square root of 71 is between the square root of 64 and the square root of 81, which puts it between 8 and 9. Again, it is very close to in between, maybe a little closer to 64, so I would go with 8.4. Square root of 72 is really close to square root of 71, so maybe I would call it 8.5 or 8.4. It's still going to be very close. Write each decimal as a fraction. These are the ones where we have to write those equations. So x is equal to 0.8 repeating. The second equation we're going to multiply by 10. So 10x is equal to 8.8 repeating. Then we're going to subtract. 10x minus x is equal to 8.8 repeating minus 0.8 repeating. 10 minus 1 is 9x, and 8.8 repeating minus 0.8 repeating is 8. Then we divide by 9, and x is equal to 8 over 9. Number 10, we're repeating in the hundredths place, so x is equal to 0.89 repeating, and then 100x is equal to 89.89 repeating. And we got that by multiplying the first equation by the place value of 100. 100x minus 1x is equal to 89.89 repeating minus the 0.89 repeating, which will leave us with 99x is equal to 89. Then we will divide by 99 to get x equals 89 over 99. That one will not reduce because 89 is not divisible by 3. So we're just going to leave it as is. Now I've got 0.86 repeating. So I want to multiply by the hundredths place